ba, ba. Hey, what's up, spooky cuties? If you are new to the channel, I'm Nyx Muse, the Werewolf Style Guide, your resident lupine fashionista. If you're returning, hey, welcome back. As always, don't forget to subscribe if you like what you see, give it a thumbs up, leave me some comments, you know, that whole rigmarole. I'm back this week, bi-weekly, who knew? This week I wanted to talk about art journaling, and I have a stack of books. So if you like nerdy stuff like data and record keeping, this is for you. Also, it is cold brew season again. Oh, we're back, baby. Alright, buckle in. We're going to go through how I art journal and why I art journal and where I art journal, who I art journal. Yeah. Let's go. So this is the first art project journal that I started back in 2008. There are a lot of fabric swatches where I was trying out different fabrics for sleep masks. You can also see that there is some water damage here. We had a bit of a leak in the house and it ruined some sketchbooks and some journals. Mostly still intact though. You can see that there are actual journal entries where I track what sort of things are motivating me or inspiring me. I also start to list out different supplies that I'll need, different projects I'd like to start. Some drawings of my sewing machine. Here we get into some other projects. This was an apron that I gave to my sister. You can see where I do lists, a lot of lists of projects. I love crossing things off of lists. And again, just more journal entries. With art journaling, when you hear the phrase art journal, a lot of times what that is describing is a visual journal, sort of a collage journal with a lot of mixed media. Mine are more of a true diary of projects with plans where I work out issues. I previously did, when I was doing more sewing, a lot of swatches. I do a lot of measurement tracking. I have been keeping a journal in the true sense of a journal since I was 13, so almost 30 years now. And then in 2008, I started to keep the separate art journals for these projects because I had a very large uptick in the volume of different projects that I was working on. Oh, and this is a tattoo. It's hard to see there, but I have that right there on my arm. I still have the actual drawing that I took to the guy that did the tattoo as well. It was a real blast from the past to go through these and see all of the planning that I did, listing out measurements and paint colors, working through the things that did work or didn't work for me. And then I get into some of my zombies. This is when I really started to pick up making these more. It was very exciting to try to come up with ways to make all of the very small accessories for them. This was the planning of the first dress I ever made. There were a lot of issues with that first dress that I followed a pattern from, so I had a lot of learning to do there. All right, and we're into 2009 here. In 2010, now I'm starting to use this a little bit less. When that starts to happen, I tend to start to consider switching to a new book. Historically, for nearly 30 years, every journal has all of these blank pages at the back. It is just the way that I am. I like to tell myself that it's because I'm going to go back and make notes in them, and sometimes I do. But now at this point, I'd started a new one. This was from my boyfriend's mom, Cindy, as a gift. I go through a lot of planning for Prairie Point Junction felts. A lot of this was zombie plush planning. Some stuff for an art show that I wanted to do. Getting into some more detailed and colored drawings. Plans for window displays. More zombies. These were some of my most popular ones. Started to get really heavily focused into the more spooky or horror related art. Had to cover up something that was not YouTube family friendly there. So overall, I think that if you're somebody who works on art or crafting, you tend to do drawings, paintings, sewing, mixed media, any sort of creative ventures, consider doing an art project journal separate from any kind of other journaling that you might do. Having separate books where you don't have to leaf through what looks here like blank pages to be able to find the projects that you worked on in a chronological order with all of the information that you might need to go back and try it again or see what worked or didn't work can be incredibly helpful. All right, that's it. That's the whole kit and caboodle. You saw it all. Well, except for that one part that I had to cover up with my hand. If you're interested in how I choose what's going to go into my art journal entries for my projects, I'm going to post some more of that over on Instagram, and the link to the Instagram will be down here. You'll be able to find that on my Loup Garou Instagram, which is my art account. And should you find that you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'm here for it. Thanks, guys. I'll see ya in 2 weeks. Bye.